you, Terry. Today, longtime Grand Rapids Police and Fire Chaplain Father Dennis Morrow is being laid to rest. We brought you live coverage of his funeral over the past hour. And News 8's Joe LaFurgey is live in downtown Grand Rapids right now, where that procession is happening. Joe?
Hi, Casey. As Catholic funeral services go, this was a relatively short one, of course, due to the COVID-19 restrictions. And normally the church would have been full of police officers, firefighters, and of course, Father Morrow's parishioners from Saints Peter and Paul. But several were able to wait outside while the service continued inside with just clergy. Father Morrow's casket was brought to St. Andrew's Cathedral about 11 o'clock. The funeral lasted about a half hour. Then it was on to the area here in front of St. Andrew's for the traditional police department 21-gun salute, that by the Grand Rapids Police Department Honor Guard, and then the ringing of the last alarm by the Grand Rapids Fire Department Honor Guard. Now, during the service, Father Troy Evans talked about being a young man in the seminary and getting to know Father Morrow. They talked one night, and that same night, Father Morrow's police and fire radio went off to talk about sending him to a fire here in Grand Rapids.
All of a sudden, a call came out that there was a fire, a house fire. And he looked at me and he said, "Do you want to go?" And I said, "Sure." And as the fire was going on, I sat and watched him do his magic of being a consoler, both to the family who were victimized, but also to the first responders and to a young want-to-be priest. It was extremely inspiring. I don't know what time we got home that night, but it was very, very late or very early in the next morning. And like clockwork at 7 o'clock, we're up doing the morning prayer of the Liturgy of the Hours, had Mass, and he went to the office as if nothing happened. I was exhausted, and I was a kid. I thought, how does this guy do it?
Now the procession leaving St. Andrew's Cathedral just a few moments ago. Interesting procession. It was aboard a horse-drawn carriage, a horse-drawn caisson, something Father Morrow had planned early on for his funeral. They'll make their way north past the Grave Street Firehouse, where there'll be a bagpipe ceremony. They'll slow down in front of the fire station, head up north to Fulton Street, hang a right, go east on Fulton down to Jefferson, then it's down to Jefferson, down to Franklin Street, a quick left, and on to the cemetery, St. Andrew's Cemetery, where a private ceremony will take place. Live in Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, News 8.
Very fitting. He was a man who knew every street in this town. Thank you, Joe. He was a man of civil and clerical service and a good man for West Michigan.